Skyrocketing drug overdoses, a consequence of the pandemic?
And UNT is protecting our troops. We'll explain.
And come out to the Union because this event will light up your holiday cheer.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Michaela Goose.
And I'm Andrew Fancher. While other cities are lifting their mask mandates, Denton has decided to extend its mandate at least through the end of the year. Last night, the City Council voted 4-2, extending the mandate to December 31st.
The order requires all indoor public facilities to require masking for everybody over 2 years old, regardless of vaccination status. Many council members stressed that the city should follow CDC guidelines, which encourages everyone in the country to wear masks inside public places.
Now, the decision is reversible if the effect of the pandemic improves before then.
While the COVID-19 mask mandate runs through the end of the semester, one of the consequences of the pandemic, besides the inconvenience of wearing masks, is the deadly issue of drug overdose.
And during the pandemic, there was nearly a 30% spike in opioid-related deaths.
Mandated lockdowns caused depression and anxiety, leading many to turn to drugs. New federal data suggests America's drug epidemic is the deadliest it's ever been.
And CNN's Mandy Gaither has more.
It's a new record high. More than 100,000 people died of drug overdoses in the U.S. during the 12-month period ending in April, jumping nearly 30% from the same time period a year ago.
This is a national crisis. It knows no geographical bounds, and it continues to get worse.
The CDC says opioids continue to be the driving force in the rising overdose death toll. Synthetic opioids, primarily fentanyl, caused 2/3 of all drug overdose deaths in that time period. On a call, DEA Administrator Ann Milgram says her agency is finding these drugs in every state, reaching an unprecedented level.
This year alone, DEA has seized enough fentanyl to provide every member of the United States population with a lethal dose. And we are still seizing more fentanyl each and every day.
There are likely more deaths yet to be uncovered.
Dr. Trent Hall is an addiction medicine specialist at Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center. He says in his clinical experience, overdose deaths have not gone down since April when this provisional data ended. To change the trend, Hall says Americans need to be aware of local treatment and prevention resources for addiction, monitor friends and family for any signs of addiction, and be prepared.
Narcan kits are easy to obtain from your physician or local pharmacist and easy to use. As you can see, it comes in the form of a handy nasal spray.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You know, Andy, I just finalized my Thanksgiving plans with my family, and I really hope the weather stays as nice as it is right now for our celebration.
I was thinking the exact same thing, and I think our weather anchor is actually starting to celebrate, but maybe she could take some time and tell us what the weather looks like. Jasmine?
Thanks, Michaela and Andy. We are outside the UNT Union, soaking up that very early sunset and beautiful, cool autumn breeze. We can only hope this perfect fall weather carries us into the holiday season next week. Getting a first look at your current conditions, we are sitting at a cool 66 degrees with partly cloudy skies for your conditions and wind speeds of up to 22 miles per hour northwest bound. Getting into tonight's conditions, we are cooling off drastically with temperatures hitting 46 degrees, that wind chill making it feel like 45, and partly cloudy skies for your conditions and wind speeds of 30 miles per hour northbound. Looking into tonight's conditions, looking into tomorrow's conditions, it is cooling off drastically with temperatures hitting 59 degrees and that wind chill again making it feel like 57. Our conditions are mostly cloudy with wind speeds of 30 miles per hour northeast bound. That's all for your first look. We'll see you back out here for your full weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. Big changes are coming to the U.S. Army by way of UNT. 3 laboratories at Discovery Park have been researching new ways to improve protection for the warfighter. And I had a chance to visit one of these labs and see the simulation process personally. UNT received a $5.5 million grant from the Army Research Laboratory. The ARL is the final part of a $20 million project nearly 5 years in the making.
Yeah, so this is our lab that we do the simulations and some materials research here.
Dr. Idi Jiang leads one of 3 UNT laboratories involved in the project, developing new bulletproof materials for the U.S. Army.
Learning inherently is very enjoyable for me.
Dr. Jiang is accompanied by Mirsat Zohani, a PhD student from Iran. Together, they simulate the alloys that will soon protect U.S. soldiers from this.
So from our responsibility, we're focusing on the simulation and modeling to better understand and explain the mechanism for these high entropy, high performance materials.
Dr. Jiang's lab reports to the U.S. Army quarterly and meets with top officials annually. The project is still ongoing.
But new research to protect our troops is just one way to help. The U.S. government is also reaching out to military families by increasing their housing allowance in high-priced neighborhoods and giving families extra money and for homes where there are shortages. But another problem is hitting our military families: food insecurity. According to the nonprofit group Feed America, 10% of active duty service members have had trouble putting food on the table. Now, food security is a hidden crisis that has hit not only the military, but also students struggling to pay for their next meal.
That's right, Michaela, and ntTV's Taylor Davis is at the Union with more. Taylor, what are some ways we can help?
That's right, Michaela. I'm here in the Union where UNT is honoring Hunger and Homelessness Month by encouraging students to participate in Go Orange Day. The UNT Food Pantry, as presented by Kroger, is an organization whose sole purpose is to serve students experiencing food insecurity. Today, they encourage students to wear orange and post on social media using the hashtag #GoOrangeUNT. The College and University Food Bank Alliance states that 30% of college students in the U.S. face food shortages. The Food Pantry is hosting a donation drive in the Union to address these issues and tackle the percentage among the student body that could benefit from this resource. Make sure to support those in need by wearing orange and donating today. Back to you at the desk.
When we return, there is a potential revolutionary medical breakthrough that could take on a deadly incurable disease.
And stay with us. The next time you look skyward, you could catch a glimpse of a lunar phenomenon.
Well, Andy, I know Thanksgiving is only a week away, but I am so excited for the holiday season.
You know, me too, but I know that we're not the only one. In fact, UNT is already lighting its own Christmas tree, and I believe Madison McFarland is live at the scene to tell us more. Madison?
Hey guys, today I'm here outside of the Union celebrating UNT's annual Season of Lights. In just a few moments, this orb tree behind me will be lit up, symbolizing the beginning of the holiday season. This has been a UNT tradition for many years now that occurs earlier than most since we leave for winter break in early December. Since we mean green here at UNT, even our Christmas tree is environmentally friendly with eco-friendly orb balls. Well, this event is definitely getting me in the holiday spirit, so I can't wait to see our whole campus lit up in just a few weeks and prepare for Christmas. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Madison. Well, it's not only the beginning of the holiday season, it is also the beginning of the campaign season. Just one day after announcing his run for governor against Greg Abbott, Democratic candidate Beto O'Rourke says he's raised more than $2 million. His campaign released the numbers to show his fundraising ability. He has been campaigning along the Texas-Mexico border since Monday. The last time O'Rourke ran for major office was 2018 against Senator Ted Cruz.
And clinical trials are underway for a new vaccine, one that could possibly cure Alzheimer's. 16 participants in Boston will be receiving 2 nasal doses, 1 week apart. Researchers at Birmingham Women's Hospital are hopeful that the vaccine, which uses cells in the immune system to clear out the substances that cause the disease, will slow down or even prevent the disease. 20 years of research has led to this moment.
You know, Andrew, it really seems like the transition towards electronic vaping is among us.
That's true, Michaela. It's become almost too convenient, and I see people vaping all over campus. And I believe ntTV's Jose Alonso focuses on the impact smoking can have on the body in this week's Your Health segment.
Andrew, I've noticed it everywhere too. As vaping continues to rise in popularity, small devices like this one increase the appeal to get started. But what impact will vaping have on the tobacco industry, and how can it affect your health?
Denton Cigar Co. is a lounge and bar that prides itself on their authentic products and the art of smoking. It's important to understand how that art is changing from grinded tobacco to liquid vapor.
Tobacco has been around way before even human civilization ever existed. With e-cigarettes, it's a whole nother ballpark. Now, in comparison to e-cigarettes and vaping, you've become used to the nicotine. You want to go ahead and have a quick smoke and get back to doing what you were doing.
The convenience and design of buying an e-cig has introduced a new way of getting the addicting chemical into your body. But what do health experts and students think about the stigma of vaping being healthier?
It's been a long time coming. I mean, e-cigarettes have been around for years, if not a couple of decades. And, you know, alcohol and tobacco have caused more deaths than any other substance.
People definitely market off of that, like, oh, it's not as bad as cigarettes, it's not whatever. But, I mean, I feel like if you really did your research on the side effects and just the things that come out of it, it can be more harmful than people think it is.
I do not vape anymore. I used to. I have stopped for about a year now, and I just quit because I'm scared of the long-term health benefits, and I don't want to get lung cancer.
You know, you're inhaling chemicals. You're inhaling, you know, in some cases, metals from the, you know, the pods themselves or from the devices that actually heat things up, you know, and so where are those coming from? Are they FDA approved? I mean, no.
It's commonly known that nicotine is a highly addictive chemical. If you need help quitting, there are always counselors ready to help. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Jose. Well, let's cross our fingers that tomorrow night the skies will be clear because we can all take part in a historic event. Just by looking up, we may be able to see a lunar eclipse. It will be the longest partial eclipse in nearly 600 years. As long as the skies are clear, everyone in the United States can actually see it. A lunar eclipse happens when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon and throws a shadow over the moon, essentially blocking it from sight. The good news is you can look directly at the lunar eclipse, which of course you can't do with the solar eclipse. Now, Andy, there is a downside to this lunar eclipse, and that is the timing.
Let me guess, it's in the middle of the night and cuts right into your beauty sleep.
Yes, you can say it like that, but at least the good news is the eclipse will last nearly 3.5 hours.
Well, that's plenty of time to catch a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
And I think Jasmine Carrillo has a lot to say about this eclipse. Jasmine?
Thanks, Michaela and Andy. Well, set those alarms because you won't want to miss this. Looking up at our beautiful November skies, these clouds make it look a long way from a lunar eclipse about to happen. This partial lunar eclipse, also referred to as a blood moon, will cover 97% of the moon's surface with Earth's shadow. The eclipse will be the longest in 580 years, making it 3.5 hours long. The eclipse will begin at 12:02 a.m. on Friday and will continue into 3:02 a.m. Central Time. I know I'll be out there looking at the sky, but let's get into our full weather forecast to see what's going on with that. Looking at our current conditions across North Texas, we have a wide variety of temperatures for your forecast. McKinney is leading with a high of 80 and Bowie with a low of 65. Looking at our current conditions across the state, again, wide variety, with Houston leading with a high of 83 and Amarillo with a low of 50. Looking at your ntTV 7-day forecast, we do have a wide range of temperatures once again, with mostly sunny skies for your evening. And looking at Friday, we have those sunny skies again, so hopefully we'll be watching that lunar eclipse. That's all for your weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. When we return, do you like free things? If so, then you might want to check out this place on campus that has a lot to offer.
And if you like free coffee, then you'll want to hear about this. Stick with us. UNT's Career Center held a pull-up mixer today. The event was aimed towards making students feel more comfortable using the Career Center to its fullest potential. Students were given free food and treated to a live music by a DJ. Career coaches mingled with the students and gave advice. We got the chance to tackle one of the career coaches at the event, Margaret Okeda.
It's the Pull-Up Mixer, and it's a partnership between the Career Center and the Multicultural Center, and we wanted to engage students of color, specifically Black and Latinx students, in career readiness, but we wanted to make it casual, because a lot of times Career Center is formal, we do a lot of formal events, but we also want to do casual events where we relate to students. So we had food, we had employers come out, we had other students and staff just come out and really just mix and mingle and get to know each other and also learn about careers. So this is just a really just a fun event. We know students get stressed during the semester, and we wanted them to come out and enjoy each other, enjoy music, enjoy food, and also learn about the Career Center while they're doing that. So, yeah.
If you have any career-related questions, the Career Center is located at Sage Hall, Suite 202, and their number is 940-565-2105.
Now, we all know that the holiday season is all about giving, Andy, so Starbucks has a gift in store for us. Starting tomorrow, customers will receive a limited edition reusable cup with the purchase of a holiday or fall drink. This is the 4th annual Red Cup Day giveaway and is available any way you order, including mobile order and pickup, curbside pickup, and through delivery on Uber Eats. In honor of Starbucks' 50th anniversary, the cup is made with 50% recycled material. I don't know about you, Andy, but if you're anything like me and need caffeine to function, make sure to head on over to your nearest Starbucks while supplies last.
Well, I don't mean to be a Grinch, and I don't want to ruin the holiday spirit, but I'm not really a coffee fan.
Well, then you're in luck because they also offer hot chocolate. Now, I know that football and basketball have never really been my top 2 favorite sports, but soccer is where it's at for me, Andy.
And you're in luck because I hear our sports anchor, Sebastian Nava, has all things soccer. Sebastian?
Y'all all right? We'll have more about the USMNT's recent results, plus more on the Mavericks, and a little bit more about high school football in the local area. Stick around for more. Tonight, the Dallas Mavericks are tipping off for a duel in the desert. The Mavs are heading to Phoenix tonight to tip off against the reigning Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns. Dallas is looking at a tall task tonight against the Suns team that is coming hot on a 9-game win streak. While the Mavericks have also been hot after winning 5 of their last 6 games, the Mavericks have lost their last 6 games versus Phoenix, dating back to when they played twice in a Disney World bubble last year. Just to literally add insult to injury for the Mavericks, star point guard Luka Doncic will not be available for today's game due to sprains in both his left knee and his left ankle. But the Mavs are hoping to build off a tough win over the Denver Nuggets, a game that featured 29 points from Kristaps Porzingis, 19 from Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jalen Brunson putting up 17 points off the bench. The Mavericks are set to tip off tonight at 9 p.m. on ESPN. After a fun bi-district round of UIL football playoffs, we kick off the area round this weekend. While UNT football is headed to Miami to play FIU, Apogee Stadium will still be loud for an exciting 5A Division II playoff game between the Aledo Bearcats and the Frisco Liberty Redhawks. Frisco Liberty is fresh off a comfortable 45-21 victory over Forney but now face the undefeated powerhouse Aledo, fresh off demolishing Dallas Hillcrest 77-0. In Frisco, Denton Guyer will face off against Dallas Jesuit on Friday night to determine who will advance to the regional round. Dallas Jesuit is coming off an offensive steamroll over Arlington to set up a match versus Denton Guyer after a comfortable 34-14 win over Flower Mound. Last and certainly not least, Denton Ryan is headed to Waco on Saturday afternoon to face the Magnolia West Mustangs. Both teams entered 10-1 after Ryan rolled to its 9th win in a row over Dallas WT White, and Magnolia West took care of business versus Tyler 56-14. Well, all aboard the Peppy train, everyone. The U.S. men's national soccer team earned a big 4 points over the international break so far after drawing 1-1 with Jamaica yesterday and winning 2-0 versus Mexico last Friday. A lot of the team's success has been attributed to the rise of FC Dallas homegrown player Ricardo Pepi. Pepi has scored 3 goals and grabbed 2 assists in only 4 games with the team so far. The rise of Pepi is a glowing example of how well the FC Dallas Academy has done in producing top talent for not only the club, but for European teams and the national team as well. FC Dallas graduates include Pepi, U.S. midfielders Jesus Ferreira and Kellen Acosta, and Juventus midfielder Weston McKinney. Well, that's all I have for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sebastian. Well, I don't know about you, Andy, but after seeing this video, my Saturdays are looking pretty uneventful compared to these ladies. Last Saturday, 40 Arizona women jumped from the plane at a whopping 16,000 feet in the air, breaking the state's sequential skydiving record. During the record-breaking stunt, the women made 3 formations on a single skydive over the Grand Canyon, setting yet another record, which was made roughly 10 years ago. Now, if that blows your mind, wait till you see who our live reporter Madison McFarland has out at the tree, Andy.
You know, I hear she has a very special guest for us. Let's toss it over to her and see who that is. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, the tree is finally lit up. It looks so beautiful. Make sure to come out. They're giving away free gloves, thermoses. Scrappy's here dressed up as Santa Claus, so you have to come out and take some pictures with your friends. It's a great time.